What else you want to talk about?
To Dallas we go. Could Deion Sanders be in line to replace Mike McCarthy with the Cowboys? A source confirming to our Adam Schefter that Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and Sanders spoke yesterday. While an interview has not been scheduled, the two are expected to continue their dialogue. And Deion texted Schefty last night and said, quote, "To hear from Jerry Jones is truly delightful and it's intriguing. I love Jerry and believe in Jerry. After you hang up and process it and think about it, it's intriguing. But I love Boulder and everything there is about our team, the coaches, our student body, and the community." Schefty was on ESPN Radio early this morning.
Jerry checked in with Deion yesterday, and they'll continue talking. But I said to Deion last night, "So what's next?" And he said, "I don't know." So I think everything's really up in the air. Maybe that means talks intensify. Maybe it means they don't. I don't think he knows right now. And by the way, I think that's probably also true for the Dallas Cowboys.
So this on the day where the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy officially went their separate ways, and now Jerry Jones is on the phone with Deion Sanders, and everyone is looking at me and smiling. And I'm going to Louis Riddick, who was a teammate of Deion's once upon a time, and they remain very close. What is your reaction to Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders talking yesterday about the coaching vacancy in Dallas?
Look, there's the business, and then there's the profession. Look, from a business standpoint, this has a lot of people excited, including you, Greeny, and I get it, and I understand why. These are two of the biggest personalities in American sports, in the history of American sports, for obviously different reasons. But then there's the profession. And see, I know Deion the professional as well as the businessman, but I know him even more so as the professional. And this is just not a match to me that seems like it makes a whole lot of sense from a professional standpoint. Deion is the ultimate alpha. The ultimate alpha. He has his hands on every single part of the Colorado football team and of the Colorado football organization. He won't have the same kind of influence in Dallas. We all know this. We talk about this on Get Up every year. We understand what head coaches are up against when they're going and working for Jerry Jones and you're working at the Dallas Cowboys. It's a unique situation. It's a situation that probably on its surface looks a lot differently than it does once you get in it and once you're kind of like going through the motions every single day. Does that to me sound like a match for Deion? Look, I don't want to speak for the man. You should never try and speak for the man. But I'll speak from experience. It doesn't seem like a good match for me. Could it be something that absolutely would light headlines on fire for forever? Yeah, it would. But there's a difference between the business and the profession. And professionally, I just don't see this as being a match.
I'm sorry, Greeny.
He's
I'm sorry that they
devastated.
Here we go. I think that
we had a momentary technical difficulty. I didn't hear anything Louis just said, for the record. So I'm turning now to you, Dominique.
I think what Louis was saying and what we all kind of feel is probably right, but I think there is an argument for it. While it could be combustible, that combination, we've talked about this before. Deion's personality, and to Louis's point, he's the ultimate alpha. And we've said in the past that it's hard for people to have true leadership in that locker room when everyone's looking around you.
Amen.
To Jerry Jones. Deion Sanders is not someone who's going to allow people to look around him. Right. So that would be the argument for it. But the problem is, when you put two of those alphas, as Louis said, in the same organization, it's more likely that it's going to blow up than it's going to be a success. So I think that's the concerning part. I'm making an argument for you because I love you, Greeny, but I don't know that it's
It happened once before. We've seen this. The two ultimate alphas in that organization. You know what it led to? It led to 3 Super Bowl championships in 4 years.
And that guy gets fired.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Deion shows up. It works for a little while. It's combustible, and there is success. And then it blows up because Jerry doesn't like it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Johnson is that guy. And once upon a time, he led them to the only real big high-level success they've had in the entire Jerry Jones era.
Agreed. My question would be similar to what Louis just said. Is Deion willing to have people look around him? Otherwise, they're going to have this meeting before, because you tried it with Parcells. You saw that it didn't work out that way. Who was another alpha that he tried to go get. Jerry Jones has not changed since he fired Jimmy Johnson. and you're expecting him to change. He's not going to change. And if you're Deion Sanders going to that environment, he's not changing. The dude's 82 years old, and he still talks about it's my team. It's going to be – he wants to win his way. And unfortunately, his way is not going to win. It's going to be good. It's going to be okay. It's going to be whatever. It's going to go the ebbs and flows. But until he steps aside and allows somebody to take full control, that means the roster too. That's a big deal if you're Deion Sanders leaving Colorado where you have all the control to go to where you have no control, and a guy's looking around who does the first presser after every game, and he's the voice of the team. That's a tough pill to swallow if you're Deion Sanders.
Yeah, this has been run the same way for 30 years.
Thank you.
Right? Like this is
30.
Deion was on the team well, like the last time, right? Well, like so you have to be okay with it. If Deion Sanders hypothetically is going to be the head coach of the Cowboys, he's got to be okay with how it works there. Now, certainly he has an understanding of how it works there, but that's a lot different from living it day to day.
Yes.
Right? You just had Mike McCarthy at the end of a 5-year contract get to a point, and Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy they couldn't find a path forward together. Mike's lived it for the last 5 years and all that. So Deion would have to do that. Now, in terms of the attraction for Deion Sanders as a coach, other than the headlines, is he's a program builder, right? That's what he's done in college. Is Dallas a place where a program needs to be built? Does ownership feel that way about that roster? Probably not. So is Deion going to have control over who's on the team to the extent that he did at Colorado? Probably not. So I'm kind of with Lewis and the other guys here. Like, I don't think it's a match. Now, if Jerry Jones wanted to blow up the way he thinks about his team and do things differently and bring in somebody that would change a lot about how it works there, then I could see this.
Yes.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
I don't believe that 82-year-old Jerry Jones is of that mind. I just don't.
And let me say this. It is a completely different seat from where Deion was in the organization. He was the highlight of the Cowboys, right? He was the guy. So you have this voice, but you're not the coach because your owner isn't talking to you about your performance, right? So as he walks in that building, it's a lot different to be the head coach as it is to be the star player. Like Dak Prescott would have more voice in that room because that's your guy. How is Deion going to say that? Just to me, and I'm all for Jerry changing. Let me say it this way. If Jerry changes, that'd be the first dude I'd hire. Because if my two sons, I would love for them to sit in the locker room with Deion Sanders every day and let him speak the way that he does to his. I think you are a better football team. You're better men because of him. But Jerry's got to step aside. That's the problem in my mind.
Let me get Louis Riddick back in. Go ahead, Louis.
Yeah, there's been no indication whatsoever given by Jerry Jones that he's willing to pivot and go in a different direction as far as philosophically how he wants to run his organization. None. As a matter of fact, he has dug his heels in even more. He said, look, I think, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, look, he bought the team so he could run it, so he could be the boss, so he could be the figurehead, so he could be the guy who's making all the decisions. And that's what comes with having billions of dollars and being able to do that. Has he given you any indication that he's willing to say, hey, you know what, Deion? I'll let you sit back and I'll let you reevaluate every single aspect of the football operation and tweak it how you want. Tweak it how you did at Colorado, how you turned that morbid, university from a football program perspective into someone now, into a program now that is doing millions and millions of viewers every Saturday simply because you're there and because you've made them credible. He's given no indication that he's willing to allow someone like that to come in there and do that. And I can tell you this. I know what Deion values. Deion values culture. He values alignment. He values relationships. And he values trust. If I'm him and I'm sitting there and I'm objectively sitting back and I'm looking at this situation, this would be great for business. Do you think Deion's hurting for money? Do you think Deion needs to generate business? He don't need to generate any business. The man's a walking corporation in and of itself. He needs alignment. He needs a great situation. Now, you give him a great situation and a lot of money, then you're talking.
Yes.
I just don't see the situation, though, as being one that really suits what he's looking for.
I mean, I think the last argument for it is the challenge for Jerry Jones is finding a coach who is aligned with him. So I agree that everyone is saying is like the problem is Jerry Jones views it this way and all the other coaches view things this way. But you can say that as far as Deion Sanders understands the value of the entertainment part of sports. Like, he understands how valuable that is to an organization. Jerry Jones does also. So you could make the argument that as long as they are aligned, it's not as much conflict as you would have in other places. Because if what Jerry Jones's message is consistent with what Deion Sanders' message is, then it's okay. The problem is it's not likely that that's going to happen because Jerry Jones's message fluctuates from week to week, as we saw just a couple weeks ago when he said, that's my coach, that's not my coach. You can talk to him, don't talk to him. So I get it. I'm just trying for my man Greeny to make an argument that this could happen.
I don't think that you need to help me. The bottom line of it is this. I have sat here every morning for the last 7.5 years and had all of you tell me, Jerry Jones likes it when Get Up is talking about his team. Well, there's no better way to do that. There is no more performative move than to hire by far the most famous option to be your head coach who will make you will be the lead of everything, every single week, all of the time. And I think he likes it that way. Now, we'll take a short break on this.
King Aries right there. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. All right, he got you. Get him, Tristan. Fuck him up. Tell him to fuck him up.
10 seconds.
Gonna be a hit marker. It's silenced. Let's go.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? He could have had that. He could have had that. He literally sat there.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know why.
He could have killed you so easy. He made that easy for us.
Trash cans, dude.
That was probably the 1-8, dude.
Probably was.
Hey, do you think it's a good thing Madeline and I broke up?
Yeah, 100%.
For some reason, I can't stop like thinking about it. Like she was like a good person, but like I don't think us as a relationship was good.
She cheated on you, dude.
I know, but I mean like I kind of see like why, because like I was kind of shitty to her in like the aspect where I was like she was trying to have sex and I was kind of like just like you can. Yeah, she cheated on me twice. She cheated on me twice. How can I say that?
Are you like unless you're like beating her? No, there's no like no
Yeah,
valid
like
excuse.
I was a good person. I mean, just because we didn't have sex.
No!
Leave? We got this. One more to go. Now that was a fight. Solid work. making us fight for it. Keep at 'em.
Oh. Oh!
Damn, I have to dust you off. You too. Oh, he got me. Man, they're doing me bad right now. Oh, how the fuck? How the fuck? Ah, hit markers like motherfucker.